The fact that he was the only person not wearing a dark suit did not go unnoticed. So the White House press secretary pushed back. She said the president looked great and presidential alongside our stunning first lady, who was, as usual, dressed perfectly for the occasion. And she's right about Melania. I don't know about stunning, but she definitely looks stunned. Show them together, because this is the happiest I've ever seen these two together. It's like they're on their second honeymoon or something.
I understand what's going on. I mean, I really, 1 minute you feel like, oh my gosh, this is going to be, now the landslide's going to start. And then there'll be some other weaselly little, sidestep they do or whatever it is. And, this administration is a rabid dog, and it's turning us upside down. And all, as far as I'm concerned, it's as obvious as the nose on your face.
Trump strutted around like he was untouchable, but then Jimmy Kimmel showed up with jokes sharp enough to cut through armor, and Jim Carrey stormed in like a human hurricane of chaos. Suddenly, this wasn't politics, it was a comedy war zone. Spoiler: Trump doesn't just lose, he gets roasted into dust. This isn't stand-up, this is a comedy demolition derby, and you won't be able to look away.
President Trump flew to Rome to pay his respects and also to see if he could get a deal on the Pope Mobile to drive around his golf course. For whatever reason, even though the Vatican dress code specifically recommended a dark suit for the service, showed up in his bluest blue suit.
Trump is toast.
I like that one.
Trump is toast. Yeah. Yeah, man.
And so you just kind of digest the news of the day.
It's an affirmation.
Trump loves to play the role of the unbreakable golden statue, untouchable and flawless. But scratch the surface, and the cracks are obvious: subpoenas, indictments, or even a missed compliment about his golf swing. His power has always been in the illusion. He shouts the same line loud enough, long enough, hoping the world buys it. But illusions crumble fast under the spotlight.
The Secretary of Health and Human Sacrifice, RFK Jr., appeared with President Trump at the White House today to unveil his report on chronic disease that warns about the toxins found in ultra-processed foods like fried chicken, fast food burgers and fries, pepperoni pizza, soft drinks, ice cream bars, and so on. And Trump sat right next to him listening to all this. Listen, Trump's favorite food is toxins. His blood type is honey mustard. He's not gonna... I'm glad RFK's working on this. None of it is going to get done. When Trump finally figures out he's trying to take away his Doritos, mark my words, Bobby is out and Diddy is in. That's right.
Before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe and smash that bell so you never miss the chaos. Because here's the thing, for years, Trump was like a late-night infomercial. You couldn't escape him. Some loved it, some hated it, but everyone noticed. And when you live off attention, you're basically handing comedians a loaded weapon. Trump thinks he can out-talk comedians, but that's like bringing a water gun to a fireworks show. Comedy doesn't just mock, it dismantles.
I can't look at it.
I'm glad I ate beforehand.
Oh my God, there's so many nipple-like things and actual nipples.
Yeah. It's pretty accurate. I mean, no, I was gonna say I love Jim Carrey, but it's not actually accurate because there needs to be like 5 more scoops of ice cream or
and a Diet Coke.
Right, exactly. And some fried food of some sort.
So is he gonna eat the ice cream with the scooper too? That's what's weird.
I don't know. It feels like he's really enjoying the feel of his nip.
Good.
Yeah. I think that's the source of where his.
This is where Jimmy Kimmel takes the stage. He isn't your pie-in-the-face comedian. He's the guy who smiles politely at dinner while tearing your ego to shreds in front of everyone. His comedy feels casual, but it's surgical. And when he turned his scalpel on Trump, it wasn't a couple of jabs, it was prime-time open-heart comedy surgery.
This is the happiest I've ever seen these two together. It's like they're on their honeymoon or something. And then the president either went deep in prayer or deep asleep. I don't know. Meanwhile, our former president, Joe Biden, was there, too, and he was chatting people up like he was a greeter at Walmart. He was all over everything. Trump and Biden did not cross paths at the funeral. Trump did not give Biden a ride on Air Force One, as is tradition. When presidents attend the same event, they often travel together, not these two. Biden was like, you know what, I'll get on a Spirit Airlines over there.
What makes Kimmel deadly against Trump is the contrast. Trump bellows like a heavyweight, and Kimmel shrinks him into a reality TV extra who stumbled onto a debate stage. The best part? Kimmel doesn't have to invent anything. He just reframes Trump's own words. Every smirk, every quip chips away at that shiny armor until what's left isn't a titan. It's a clown desperate for applause.
He criticized capitalism without a conscience. And that's what we have now. We have capitalism without a conscience. He showed the common man being fed through gears of the brutal, dehumanizing industrial age. He took on the American right wing of his day, its worst evils: hatred of immigrants, contempt for the truth, greed, and the abuse of power. We are fighting those same evils today.
But here's the twist. If Kimmel is the scalpel, Jim Carrey is the chainsaw. Carrey doesn't just mock Trump. He transforms him into a cartoon so over the top that taking him seriously feels like the punchline itself. With twisted faces, wild movements, and pure slapstick chaos, Carrey rewires your brain. Once you see Trump through Carrey's lens, you can't unsee it.
Donald Trump was sadly not invited to the conclave. He's got other things to work on, including something that he promises will be very bigly indeed.
We're going to have a very, very big announcement to make, like as big as it gets. And I won't tell you on what, but it's going to, and it's very positive. I'd tell you if it was negative or positive. I can't keep that up. It is really, really positive. And that announcement will be made either Thursday or Friday or Monday before we leave. But it'll be one of the most important announcements that have been made in many years about a certain subject, very important subject.
What could this be? Do you think he's announcing his weight, his actual weight?
Carrey's performance is pure chaos, and it works. Trump is already a parody of himself. Carrey just pushes him down the hill and lets gravity finish the job. The combo is unstoppable. Kimmel slices with surgical irony while Carrey detonates the stage with cartoon carnage. Together, they turn Trump into less of a politician and more of a running gag, and the kind of gag that sticks long after the news cycle moves on.
Not who you are. It doesn't mean you're dumb. It doesn't mean you're different. It doesn't mean, the trouble with what's happening right now is these really negative forces like the Steve Bannons of the world are convincing us that we're separate, that we're not the same country, that there's two countries. There's not two countries. I can break bread with anybody in this country. I love people in this country. I love the heartland of this country. It has nothing to do with that.
And the more Trump tries to push back, the worse it gets. Comedy works like a mirror. It doesn't create the ridiculousness, it just reflects it. And with Trump, there's endless material. His bragging, his obsession with image, his inability to laugh at himself, it's a goldmine. Kimmel and Carrey dig straight in, and the result is Trump transformed into a full-blown Saturday morning cartoon meltdown, balloon ego squealing as the air leaks out.
This is some report. His active lifestyle continues to contribute significantly to his well-being. He stays fit thanks to frequent victories in golf events. Jordan Love is 6'4", 219 pounds. Honestly, it's difficult to tell them apart. This one's even better. This is Baltimore Ravens linebacker Kyle Van Noy, 6'3", 255 pounds. I don't know. Maybe they just weighed Trump's head.
Kimmel's genius is understatement. Trump storms in like a king, declaring himself history's greatest gift, and Kimmel treats him like a guy bragging about being Employee of the Month at a gas station. That subtle flip destroys the whole act. He doesn't yell, he doesn't flail. He calmly narrates the takedown like it's small talk, and that's why it lands. Once people are laughing, Trump's lost the room. And Kimmel knows it.
What do you want to accomplish?
I just want to express it in a positive way. I want to turn everything painful into art.
And you react to the pipe bombs. Are you afraid personally ever?
Apparently, I was threatened on Twitter, so I don't know. I didn't see the thing. I heard there was, some severed goat head, and I'll see you soon, kind of thing. But
you will be silent.
You got to speak, man. This is not a time to clam up, and not a time to get frightened. You have to do what you have to do. This is dire at this point.
Here's the thing about comedy. You can't stay silent when chaos hits. Kimmel and Carrey both know that humor is more than jokes, it's survival. Even when the threats get dark, the answer isn't to clam up. It's to turn pain into art, to turn fear into laughter, to keep speaking when others want silence. And that's exactly what they do.
After his physical, Trump gave his own medical update to reporters on Air Force One.
Did they give you any suggestions or advice of anything you need to change up?
A little bit, but overall, I think I felt I was in very good shape. Good heart, a good soul, very good soul.
Right, very, very good soul. How do they measure that? I assume rectally? Is it?
Now, if Kimmel is the surgeon, Carrey is the wrecking ball. He doesn't dissect, he detonates. Carrey takes Trump's signature pout and cranks it up to Looney Tunes level. Trump struts. Carrey struts harder, like a rooster in a Broadway audition. Trump brags. Carrey turns it into a lunatic monologue. Trump pauses for applause. Carrey fills the silence with clownish chaos until the audience can't breathe from laughing.
Are parentless, you know? We are babysat by the television. We're taught how to think by the television. That's the dangerous thing about what's going on right now. There are generations growing up right now who are learning to lie. That lying is okay. That this
kids say fake news.
That you're supposed to hate half the country. You know? And if anything, we've got to get back to a place where we realize that a vote is not who you are. You know, and because you voted Republican, you're not stupid, you're not different, you're not worthless. You know, I could break bread with anybody who voted for Trump.
It's madness, but it's calculated madness. Kimmel strips away Trump's grandeur with irony, while Carrey obliterates him with slapstick. One appeals to logic, the other to raw laughter, and Trump can't fight either. You can't debate a caricature. You can't out-serious a cartoon. Comedy is the trap he built for himself. Together, Kimmel and Carrey don't just roast Trump, they dismantle him on every level, leaving the self-proclaimed strongest man alive as nothing more than the punchline of a global comedy show.